والله يدعو إلى دار السلام ويهدي من يشاء إلى صراط مستقيم.
Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful, we praise Allah Azza wa Jal, and we send peace and blessings to all of the prophets, those who came to China, to Arabia, to India, to Russia, to Africa, to the Americas, to all of the messengers from the beginning of time, and especially the seal of the prophets and messengers, Muhammad the son of Abdullah, his family, his companions, and all those who call to his way to the Day of Judgment. And we begin in the greeting words of the righteous, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. The Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, did not speak from himself, but he spoke from above 7 heavens. It is reported that he said in one of his traditions, Al-ulama warathat al-anbiya, that the scholars are the inheritors of the prophets, and that they did not inherit gold and silver, but they inherited knowledge. And so whoever gains this knowledge has gained a mighty treasure. And so the Prophet, peace be upon him, always focused on the importance of knowledge. And we see even in the revelation itself that it is iqra. It is starting with recite, to read. And so Muslims were always involved in education. They always paid great attention to learning the book of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to being able to read and write Arabic, and able to record their feelings and their history and the writings of their people. But at the same time, the great prophets and those who came before us suffered. And the Prophet, peace be upon him, also showed us that the people who suffered the most were the Anbiya. And so, the fact that a person is Muslim does not mean that they would live a life of ease. Many Muslims found themselves in a state of slavery. In the case of the Americas, it is known now that up to 30% of the people who were taken to the Americas, meaning North America, Central America, the Caribbean, and South, were Muslims. It is known today that Muslims came from all of the nations of West Africa, that from the Senegambia region came the Wolof and the Mandinka, and people who had a long tradition from the Mali Empire and from Songhai, from Nigeria, from the basin and the coastline in Benin, came the Hausa and the Fulanis and the Yoruba and the Ashanti. And so slavery struck all different nations. In Africa itself, slaves were usually prisoners of war. But in this case, a new form of slavery was being used where people became like chattel. They were being sold like animals, and they were not integrated into society, but they were stripped of their language, stripped of their culture, and everything that they knew was taken away from them. Despite this hardship, it is coming to the surface now in the archives of many universities, also from the Smithsonian Institute in Washington. It is coming forward that many portions of the Quran were written, and different texts. The Risala of Ibn Abi Zayd al-Qayrawani, the great Maliki scholar, was written by slaves. And the names were written and biographies were written. So many different aspects of learning coming to the Arabic language by people who were living in a state of bondage. It is reported that in the Caribbean region, that one of the slaves named Abu Bakr as-Siddiq, that he was keeping the plantation records in the Arabic language. And a very interesting report is written by him. He wrote about himself. And he said the following: "My name is Abu Bakr Siddiq, born in Timbuktu and brought up in Janneh. I acquired knowledge of the Quran in the country of Guna, in which there are many teachers of young people. My father's name is Kara Musa Sharif. My parents' religion is Islam. They are all circumcised, and their devotions are 5 times a day. They fast in the month of Ramadan. They give tribute according to the law. They are married to 4 wives, but the 5th is an abomination to them. They fight for their religion, and they travel to Hijaz, meaning they make pilgrimage. They don't eat any meat except that which they kill themselves. They do not drink wine nor spirits, as it is held as an abomination to them. They do not associate any partners with Allah. They do not profane the Lord's name, and they do not dishonor their parents. They do not commit murder or bear false witness. They are not proud and jealous and envious and boastful, for such faults are an abomination unto their religion. They are particularly careful in the education of their children and in their behavior. But I am lost to all of these advantages. Since my bondage I have become corrupted, and I now conclude by begging Allah the Creator to lead me into the path that which is proper for me, for He alone knows the secrets of my heart and what I am in need of." Abu Bakr